Thank you, Senator JV. With the permission of Senator Cayetano, can I ask a few questions to the address to the COA chair? Ma'am, if the allegation is overpricing, what's the protocol or flow chart which the COA will follow?
There are no hard and fast rule, Your Honor, on a particular work plan. Because as I said, a lot of that will depend on what we have on file, what these documents will show. But definitely, we will come up with, we are going to follow a certain work plan and make sure that the relevant standards of audit are observed, no? Meron po kaming, this is not, one thing is definite, no? This is not going to go through a regular audit anymore because you know, the regular audit has been done. But it will go through a special audit. This will be handled by the central office, the special audit services. And we will have a multidisciplinary team.
You'll even go over the cost of the materials used.
Yes, Your Honor, and yes.
You'll go over the contractor's profit made from the contract. Ano ba yan?
Yes, Your Honor, and in fact, this.
What will you use as an allowable percentage as contractor's profit?
Meron ho kasing ano, meron hong existing COA regulations already on what would be allowable, no? Then we also use.
Is it a range?
It is a range, and there is also a DPWH. Ngayon pong panahon ni Secretary Singson, he also came up with a range of what would be a reasonable profit and all of that, no? And we will definitely, as you mentioned a while ago, we will definitely engage experts like a quantity surveyor because this is something that is very technical.
Ma'am, in a project like this, which has been divided into 5 phases, will you determine the overpricing on a face-to-face basis?
Your Honor, I think na ang nakikita namin ngayon na siguro nga may konting problema yung kinonsider siya phase by phase. Because this is just one project, in effect, one building. So we are really going to look into it as
Is that already a red flag that one building is divided into 5 phases, or that's normal?
In the usual course, it's a red flag, Your Honor.
Is that so? Because I think that will open a Pandora's box. Because I think there are many projects which have been implemented by phases.
To implement it in phase by phase, Your Honor, is one thing, you know, because implementing it in phases is really just a matter of timing. Kailan ito gagawin, tapos pagkatapos niyan ito. Yun sequencing yun yung phasing. Pero yung pagkaano ho kasi nito, kada phase is one contract
Apo yun?
Kada phase binid out din siya
Apo.
Yung parang ganon Kada phase meron din siya nung work plan and etc. So ang gusto ho namin
sa ganyan sitwasyon, ma'am, no? Sa ganyan sitwasyon, yung winning bidder or contractor sa phase 1 should not automatically be the contractor for phase 2 kasi may compartmentalized value yung project. But in this particular case,
he is
but winning in the bidding.
Lone bidder, yes.
Which was awarded the contract for being the lone bidder. But theoretically, it could have competitors, and a competitor could have won theoretically.
Theoretically.
Sige po, what else would you want to add, ma'am? Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah. Yun po at patuloy ho ang aming evaluation po nito.
Last point. I'm worried because we cannot seem to agree on the total floor area of the project. Sa papers, 31,928 square meters from Hillmark's website, etc. The Ms. Kagaanan mentioned 33,651. So, which agency will be the referee to finally tell us ang floor area nitong subject construction project is this much? Kasi paiba-ibang figures eh.
Kasama ho yan sa mga items na i-validate din po namin.
It will be you. It will be the COA.
Well, at least we will have our own, and we don't know if the ombudsman will require something else. But insofar as we're concerned, kasama po yan doon sa mga matters subject to validation.
So will you actually measure the project or just rely on the papers, on the plans?
Depende po siguro yun sa magiging pasya ng eksperto whom we will engage, because they will know better whether they can make an assessment based on paper alone or i-actual ba or whatever. So definitely an expert.
Sana po actual kasi audit eh. Diba? Yun po yung common sense understanding ko. Anyway, I'm yielding now to the person who has the floor rightfully, Senator Alan Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Magandang tanghali po ulit sa ating bisita. Can I first address Tony Bundal and also Mr. Nicolas Ching Enciso? No? Kakamustahin ko lang po kayo. Kamusta po kayo?
Mabuti po naman at binigyan kami pagkakataon ngayon na may paliwanag ang mga tunay na nangyayari. Meron po akong prepared na pwede ko po basahin ito.
Okay. Sorry po, hindi ko lang.
Humaharap ako ngayon sa inyo, mga kagalang-galang na senador. Higpit ang paniniwala na makakatulong ang institusyon ito para matigil ang grabing karapalang pagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan ng Makati. Nagpasya po kami ni Atty. Rene Bundal.
Mr. Enciso?
Opo.
The same reminder po let's avoid the dramatic, provocative, politically colored language.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Nagpasya kami ni Atty. Rene Bundal na magsampa ng kasong plunder sa ombudsman laban kay Vice President Jejo Marbinay, sa kanya anak na si Makati Mayor Junjun Binay, at sa kanilang mga kasabwat na opisyales sa Makati sa pag-asang mapanagot namin sila sa batas dahil sa krimeng ginawa nila laban sa mamamayan ng Makati. At papasalamat ako sa inyo at binigyan niyo kami ng pagkakataon na ilahad ang buong pangyayari kaugnay sa pandarambong o na nangyari sa pagtatayo ng Makati Parking Building. Please consider what I am about to say as a desperate gasp of a man seeking justice for the wrongs done to him and thousands of others by officials of the city that he served so well and loved even more. Why do I consider this a dying gasp? I've been battling stage 3 cancer for some time now, and the doctor had informed me that unless medical science discovered a miracle cure, I might not see the new year. Masailan po ang karamdaman ko, pero humingi ako ng dagdag ng lakas sa ating Diyos para maibunyag ang mga katiwaliang nagaganap sa pinakamamahal kong Makati. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, dati po akong Kapitan del Barrio ng Olympia sa Makati, ang barangay kung saan ako tumanda. Sa Makati ko po binuo ang pangarap na mabuo ang pamilya at mabigyan ng magandang kinabukasan ng aking mga anak. Sa kasawiang palad, tila lumalabo ang magandang pangarap na ito. Sa loob ng halos 30 taon, kontrolado ng pamilyang Binay ang pamamalakad sa pamahalaan ng siyudad ng Makati. Nagsilbing mayor si Jojo Binay, ang kanyang asawang si Elinita at ang kanyang anak na si Junjun. Kongresista naman namin ngayon ang isa pa niyang anak na si Abigail. Kamakailan lamang, nahalan naman na senador ang kanyang anak na si Nancy. The Binays have complete control of Makati for almost 3 decades. and have created a family organization. This resulted to a local government unit with no check and balance. Dahil sa mahigpit na kontrol nila sa pamamalakad ng pamahalaan, nagagawa nila kahit ang mga illegal na bagay na walang question. Isa lamang ang Makati Parking Building sa maanomaliang proyekto na kinasangkutan ng mga binay. Nagawang pagtakpan ng mga binay ang mga anomalyang ito sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng mumo sa mahihirap na mamamayan ng Makati tulad ng libreng birthday cake, kabaong, libreng pasini para sa matatanda. Ang mga abuloy na ito ay napapabalita, hindi ang bilyong-bilyong pondong ninanakaw sa kaban ng yaman ng Makati. Umaasa kami na magiging instrumento sa ang Senado para maihayag ang katotohanan sa lahat ng anomalya na nangyayari sa Makati at mapanagot sa batas ang lahat ng responsable rito. While Attorney Bundal and I have filed formal complaint for plunder with the Office of the Ombudsman over the horrendously overpriced Makati Parking Building, I am appealing to the honorable members of this committee to speed up its investigation in aid of legislation so that such practices of the BNIs will not happen ever again. I assure you, dear senators, that I will cooperate with the investigation and tell all I know about the plunder of Makati public coffers. I am happy that this is not too late for me to do my share for the city of Makati. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Engineer. Kaya ko po tinanong kamusta kayo kasi standard sa amin. Kapag ka meron na nag-testify tapos napakalaki po ng katunggali sa kabilang side, leading candidate for President, Vice President. So I was going to ask about your safety. No? Are you taking care of yourself now? Are you appealing to the Senate for protection? Will you apply to the DOJ for witness protection or okay naman kayo?
Sana po hindi na kami magbabother ng mga ahensya pa ng gobyerno para maging burden lang kami. Kasi tinindigan na naman ho namin to,
Sige po.
Mr. Senator. Kaya lang, syempre may mga anak din naman kami na lumalaki. Wala naman kaming matataas na bakod para proteksyonan ang sarili namin. Kanina lang umaga, may dalawa raw kasi nakaalis ako ng maaga eh. Naiwan lang ang asawa ko, yung katulong na tsaka yung daughter ko na hindi pa nag-aaral. May mga ilang motor na luma pero for registration ang pabalik-balik nakatandem dun sa harap ng bahay ko. Hindi ko alam kung saan po nanggagaling yon, mahirap po magbintang. Pero kung matutulungan din kami ng Senado kahit papaano na maproteksyonan ng aming sarili, maraming salamat po.
We will bring that up with the chairman later on. But just to proceed with the questioning, no, Mayor, let me start out now with the biblical principle. Kung ano itanim natin, yun ang ating aanihin. So I understand the pain and the anxiety of having to go to an investigation. Pero hindi ba mismong commercial nung tatay mo nagsasabing ganito kami sa Makati, sana ganito sa buong Pilipinas? Meaning, kung corrupt sa Makati, ayaw natin maging corrupt sa buong Pilipinas. Kung malinis sa Makati at maganda programa, gusto natin buong Pilipinas ganon. So meaning kahit hindi tatay mo ang naging leading candidate, any person in this room, naging leading candidate, pero biglang may allegation ng malaking anomalya, wouldn't it be fair that they pass to an investigation, Mr. Mayor?
Meron nga pong ginagawang investigation. In fact, nasa ombudsman na nga po itong kasong isinampan ni Attorney Bundal, Your Honor.
So, I assume your answer is yes na fair, pero nandun na sa ombudsman. Is the ombudsman investigation open to the public?
Sa pagkakaalam ko, opo, dahil
Hindi
bakas naman po ito.
In their rules, Mayor, they're not allowed. That's why in the pork barrel scam and all the other scams, ZT, etc., napilitan ang Senado na mag-hearing, and kasama namin ang tatay mo noon, ang Honorable Vice Mayor, na nagdi-demand kay GMA. Magpaliwanag ka, magpaimbestiga ka. GMA always used to say, politika lang to, diba? But we demanded an investigation. So I hope you understand na yun ang starting point natin. Kahit sino dito, kahit sino sa atin ang ituro, at it warrants a investigation, then we should go through it. But having said that, Mayor, you submitted yourself to it and you're here and we thank you for that. Can we define terms muna, no? sa television po, adamantly nyo sinasabi, hindi ito parking building. So, is this a parking building or is this an office building?
It is a building with office spaces and parking spaces po, Your Honor.
Nung una po itong ginawa, and I understand hindi ka pa mayor dyan, was it intended for both or it was intended as a parking building? Ano yung original plans po niya?
I was informed, Your Honor, that it was really intended to be a parking building.
Okay. So what was the name of the building?
From our records, it says that it's a parking building, Your Honor.
So hindi po totoo yung sinasabi niyo sa TV na bad faith sila by calling it a parking building because mismo naman yung mga ordinansa niyo, ang pangalan dito, Makati City Parking Building.
I cannot argue with that, Your Honor. What I'm saying is that when the structure was finally built, ito po ay building na merong opisina at meron pong parking, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Mayor, sabi niyo kanina, ang depensa niyo, it's a world-class building. Kaya siya mahal. So you admit that it's expensive.
We're saying po na dekalidad po ang ginawa po namin doon.
Dekalidad na mahal, dekalidad na tama presyo, dekalidad na mura. I mean, hindi porke dekalidad, ibig na sabihin mahal. Maraming dekalidad pero mas mura.
Dekalidad po na kung ano po ang mga ginamit na materyales, ito po ay naayon sa ating batas.
Naayon sa batas, Mayor. So are you saying that standard, kinumpare natin sa kahit anong same level, hindi siya overpriced, hindi mataas ang presyo niya?
Your Honor, ang sinasabi nga po namin, wala pong overpricing na nangyari
Yes.
po dito.
I'm clarifying that, Mayor. Meaning,
Tama
kung as you said, no, oranges to oranges, apples to apples, i-compare natin lahat ng presyo, walang overprice ito.
Yun po ang aming sagot nga po dito sa
Okay.
allegation po namin.
Because in other countries, pagka may ganyan allegation, pati yung in the US 2 years before, nagbabatuhan na para makilatis talaga ng tao. Kasi sa atin, iba yung image, iba yung totoo eh. No? Hindi malaman ng tao, mabait ba talaga yan, corrupt, hindi alam, no? So pag election na, too late na. Kaya pag nanalo na, surprise. Surprise, mabait pala. Surprise, corrupt pala, no? And the country has suffered too much surprises na negative. That's why investigations in the US, kung may inakusa, siya pa nagsasabing, investigahan mo ko, at siya pa nagsasabi nung solusyon. Isn't the simple solution here was for your father and yourself to say, let's get 3 credible quantity surveyors, look at the building, and come out with a price?
May I answer, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that's not the process written in our law. Ang mandate po ay nasa COA para tignan kung meron pong overpricing o wala. Ito po yung proseso at makikita naman po rin natin sa jurisprudence na ang mandate nga po ay nasa COA at hindi po sa mga iba't ibang mga sinasabi niyong mga private groups.
Pero do you realize, Mayor, that all of them na naging corrupt in the past ay nagtago sa likod ng COA at proseso? And all of them na innocent at open found more credible ways of exposing the truth. Meaning in the States, yung sinabi kay Clinton na yung Whitewater may scandal, he said, get the pinaka-tough na prosecutor, get the SGV equivalent accountant, sila. Pero hindi ng proseso doon. Ha? Ang proseso nila, meron din silang form ng COA, may independent investigator sila. No? So in this case, what's the fear, Mayor? That we get a quantity surveyor and they say na, is the fear that they will come up that it is really higher? Or, you know, help me understand lang. No? If it's really not overpriced at hindi mas mataas, why can't we just get 3, and if you really want to clear your name, and wala na tong issue na to from now till then, why don't we get quantity surveyors and then just ask?
Your Honor, yung po yata ang gagawin din po ng committee na titignan nga po with the independent group. Ang sinasabi ko lang po, Your Honor, is that kami ho ay nasasaklaw doon sa proseso na nababanggit po ng batas. At ang mandato, gaya po ng nabanggit ko kanina, ay naiatas po sa COA para ho tignan kung mayroong pagmamalabis doon po sa, halimbawa, nangyari po doon sa building na itinayo po namin.
Opo, pero wala po sa batas na hindi nyo pwedeng gawin yon. Ibig ko sabihin po, nung panahon po na magkasama kami ng tatay mo doon sa kalye, ni Vice President, we were demanding the same thing kay GMA. Magpaliwanag ka, humarap ka, kumuha ka ng independent na titingin yan, ZTE, kumuha tayo ng IT experts. Pero nung siya na nandun, ang sagot na lang parate, politika lang to, tinitira lang ako ng mga kasama ko, politika lang yan. rather than, so, it will give us a glimpse of the future. Eh. You mean in the future, if your father is president and we ask for an investigation, he's gonna say, politika lang yan, hindi pwede yan, and ang batas ko walang, rather than say, oh, bring it on, bring the independent surveyors, bring the independent accountants, etc. And kasi malinis naman ito, no? So, I'm just trying to make a case, and I've been consistent, Mayor June, sino man ang kaharap ko, even sa akin, no? You argue about some of my daming binabato sa akin, bring on independent people, ako pa magbabayad to see kung may overprice o wala, because I'm not guilty, no? But to move on, no? You said world class ang building na to, no? Can you let's define it, no? What do you mean by world class?
Kasi makikita po natin na ito pong tinayong gusali Honorable Senator ay hindi po comparable doon sa mga lagi na lang na ginagawang structure. And if you were to base it by comparing to another structure being done in the country, makikita po natin na hindi po nakakahiya ang presentation nitong building po na ito. And therefore, our impression there is that we would like the people to see that Makati is building a structure na dekalidad po, Your Honor.
Yes, but when you say world class, may standard yan eh. Iba yung maganda sa world class. For example, world class ba yung for 13 floors, dalawa lang elevator, sira pa yung isa?
Your Honor, binanggit po na nasira yung elevator, yun po ang sinasabi po ninyo. Ito po yung mga makina at pwedeng masira po.
In 1 year, Mayor, pagka brand new, 1 year, 2013 yung natapos yung building, world class. I've been in a lot of buildings, Mayor. They will throw out the contractor ng elevator kung nasira within a year ang elevator. Remember, the city has inspectors before payagan na umandar yung elevator. So wala pang 1 year and you have your own inspectors, masisira yung elevator. How can we say it's world class?
Your Honor, I will not argue with you on this one. Ang sinasabi po namin, they are also subject to warranties.
Okay.
So kung meron man pong nasira, ito po ay pinoproteksyonan ng mga warranty at kung mangyayari nga po ito po ay dapat ayusin po ng
Anong GFA nung building?
Paki-clarify po.
Hindi ba po lahat
Senator?
po ng mayors, meron po silang computation sa density ng isang lugar, kung ano yung pwedeng height, ano yung gross floor area, ano yung computation, and then may computation yan sa world class kung ilan elevator para sa bawat floor, at ilan parking para sa bawat room, at ilan tao sa bawat room. And the smaller the density, mas world-class or mas exclusive siya. No? So anong specs, for example, for these buildings? What's the GFA, for example, which is standard in any development pag tinanong?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Am I correct, Mr. Cuervo? What's the other things that we look at? GFA?
Okay, the number of basements,
GFA is gross.
floor area.
Okay. Then how else do you measure the density?
Okay, gross floor area is measured from the outer surface of the building. No, a geodetic engineer could use the equipment. No?
And usually when you
To
build a
measure that.
building, that's standard, di ba?
Well, it has to follow the building plans.
Yes.
Yes.
But you cannot make the plans. The guy making the plans, the architect, will always ask that question. If I buy a lot anywhere, tatanungin ko ano bang allowable dyan.
Well, usually
It's in the zoning,
it's
di
to
ba?
maximize the use of the land. No?
And what is allowed, right, Mr. Cuervo? Because there are places that limited yung allowed na floor area.
Like I never got to see the property, the title, to be able to say, let's say, what's the floor area ratio. No?
Okay.
of
No,
the
but this is my
property.
point. Will you say something is world-class kung 1 square meter yung bawat opisina? Or kung it takes people 30 minutes to ride the elevator dahil kulang yung elevator?
Okay, I cannot say what classification the building is.
Well, let's not use world-class. I think what they use here is luxury. No? What they use here is prestige offices or high-rise, no? Or average standard offices. Meaning, Mr. Cuervo, I'm just pointing out that when we say world-class, it's not a nebulous, hindi to isang hindi maintindihan na description. Because ang bawat gasto sa isang building may counterpart yun sa construction industry. So if we're going to say it's going to be a prestige building or standard, they will estimate to you the cost for that building.